You step out of bed in the dark and your foot lands wrong, right on a stray piece of plastic from a toy you forgot to pick up. Pain shoots through your foot instantly. You yelp, you jump, you immediately lift your foot and check the damage. It is instinctive. You did not choose to react that way. Your body simply took over and made the decision for you. Now imagine that same moment happening to someone else, except nothing happens at all. No yelp, no flinch. They simply keep walking, completely unaware that they are now bleeding. For a small number of people on Earth, this is not a hypothetical. It is Tuesday. So here is the question. What is it actually like to live in a human body that cannot feel pain at all? To understand why this is so dangerous, we first need to understand what pain actually is, because most people think of it purely as a problem to avoid. It is not. Pain is a protective signal, one of the most sophisticated early warning systems in the entire human body. Specialized nerve endings throughout your skin, muscles, and organs detect potential damage and send an urgent signal racing up your spinal cord to your brain, all in a matter of milliseconds. That signal depends on specific genes working correctly, including one called SCN9A, which helps control the nerve channels that carry pain signals in the first place. Without a properly functioning pain system, your brain simply never gets the message that something is wrong. The condition responsible for the scenario in our cold open is called congenital insensitivity to pain with anhidrosis, or CIPA. And it is caused by mutations in a different but related gene, NTRK1, which is essential for the nerve fibers that carry both pain and temperature signals to develop properly in the first place. In someone with CIPA, those specific nerve fibers either never form correctly or are severely reduced in number. The result is not reduced pain. It is the complete and total absence of it. CIPA is almost always diagnosed in early childhood, often because a toddler bites through their own tongue or fingers without any apparent distress. Injuries that would make most children scream, but produce no reaction at all. Some infants have severely damaged their eyes simply because normal eye irritation never triggered the reflex to blink. This is where the condition becomes genuinely dangerous rather than simply unusual. The same underlying nerve development problem also disrupts the body's ability to sweat, which is what anhidrosis in the condition's name refers to. Sweating is your body's primary method of regulating temperature. Without it, even moderate physical activity or a moderately warm day can send body temperature climbing into a dangerous, sometimes life-threatening range. And because the person cannot feel the discomfort of overheating either, there is no internal warning system telling them to stop, find shade, or cool down. Researchers studying documented CIPA cases have found that this combination, a complete lack of pain awareness paired with an inability to regulate temperature, means children with the condition require constant, vigilant supervision. Broken bones can go unnoticed for days. Severe burns can happen without any immediate reaction. Every single injury has to be caught visually because the body's own alarm system has been completely disconnected. CIPA is extraordinarily rare, with fewer than 100 documented cases in some medical literature reviews, and estimates suggesting it may occur in as few as 1 in 125 million people worldwide. For comparison, that makes it significantly rarer than nearly every other genetic condition covered on this channel. Because it is so rare and its symptoms can resemble other developmental or neurological conditions, CIPA is frequently misdiagnosed or missed entirely for years, which only increases the risk to children living with it before caregivers fully understand what they are dealing with. What this condition ultimately reveals is something almost nobody appreciates about their own body: pain, the very sensation you spend your entire life trying to avoid, is actually one of the most important systems keeping you alive. It tells you to pull your hand off a hot stove before serious damage occurs. It tells you to stop walking on a sprained ankle before it gets worse. It tells you at 3 in the morning that you have just stepped on something sharp and you need to check your foot immediately. For a vanishingly small number of people, that entire system simply does not exist, and living without it is not freeing. It is a constant, invisible danger that never turns itself off. So, to recap, pain is a protective signal carried by specific nerve pathways involving genes like SCN9A. CIPA, caused by mutations in a related gene called NTRK1, removes that signal entirely, along with the ability to sweat, creating serious risks from unnoticed injuries and dangerous overheating. It affects an estimated 1 in 125 million people, making it one of the rarest documented conditions in modern medicine. So the next time you step on something sharp in the dark and yelp before you even consciously register what happened, do not curse your body for overreacting. That instant, involuntary flinch is one of the most important things your body will do for you today. And for a small number of people on Earth, it is the one thing their body will never do at all.